going on, everybody? What is going on, everybody? Come on in. Another late live, but for good reasoning. I have been doing video content all day and nursing my son back to health. He still has a cold, poor baby. Yeah, so we're not gonna be long tonight. What's going on? What's going on? Yeah, come on in. I know it's 10 o'clock, but what's going on? Hey, Patricia, how you doing? Hi, Skeeter, how you doing? Hi, Bob, how you doing? What's going on, everybody? Yeah, I have this. I'm gonna try my best to keep it under an hour. It's my youngest son has still got a cold, and we're just trying to get him nursed back to health. Don't want him sick all weekend. But good evening. Happy Saturday before Memorial Day. I know many of you are just looking forward to being off and getting some rest. You know, who's all going to a barbecue? That should be good. Hey, Buck baby. Tiffany Finesse Frank too. Yeah. Yeah. What's going on? I'm gonna show this video I came across. I haven't seen it. But I just kind of wanted to skim through it. And it is a video with Frank Zuccarelli and Deacon Easter suit and super stupid in it. And I just want to kind of check this out because I get a whole lot of I hear a whole lot of bashing of Frank Zuccarelli or him being referenced in a lot of things. And it's almost like, what kind of nonsense is that? This man is not here to defend himself. And, you know, it was suggested for me to, look into that because he supported him. I was like, okay, yeah. So the same channel we got the video from in last night's stream, the Dalton documentaries, had this video up, and I wanted to pull it up, and we're gonna check out the video and just kind of see the dynamics between Super Stupid and Frank Zuccarelli. And because I don't think it's ever explainable for the goons and the clowns and the ones that want to kiss her ass to keep trying to throw Frank Zuccarelli. They keep comparing everything to someone who's not here to defend himself. And it's just it's not even fair. So the only way to really try to dive into the weeds of why they keep doing it, other than just to divert and deflect attention away from Super Stupid, is to actually look at some videos to try to see what the dynamics was. And from what I understand so far, it wasn't that bad. He actually supported her. He actually was okay with her being a trustee. And didn't hear I didn't hear anything bad about him from like Nate Fields or anybody that has been in his life. So for this man to get dogged out like this and his memory to be just butchered as much as it does, it's just disturbing. To me, it's disturbing. I know I wouldn't want nobody to do that to me. So let's get things going. Hey, Karen, how's Rusty doing? The doggy. I'm always praying for you guys and making sure that you guys are okay. Our pets are a part of our family. So did Stan Brown. Yeah, I'm seeing him in this video, so we're gonna check it out. You guys make sure you coming in. It's 19 people so far. Hit the like button. I know it's late, but if you guys see that there is a notification for a premiere tomorrow, got the video on Robert Hunt done. I sped it up a little bit because just for sake of brevity. So you can always slow down the speed of the video, but I sped it up just a little bit to kind of condense it. And I went over the lawsuit. We went through a video on it. It's going to be good stuff. And then it's a surprise document in that I came across just doing some research on, him and just trying to pull up more articles on him. And I did get a couple from the Lansing Journal. So it's a really good video, and it is worth every second in my humble opinion. But I did speed it up. so that it's not so long. And because I had a moment where I just kind of went in and I was like, oh Lord, it's gonna be forever. So yep. um he said thank you. I hope Rusty's doing okay. Yes, we always praying for Rusty, and for all of you. um there are real people behind these camera screens. So I want to get started. You guys want to get started? We're excited about um this live stream that I promise you all will not be long. Um just because my son he's got a cold. This is trying to get him back to health. And he's coughing and sneezing in the background, and I'm just like, oh Lord. Yeah. Oh, we will. We got Vicks, we got the Vicks patch and vapor rub, and got him some medicine and help him feel better, give him some relief. So he'll be trying to doze off and go to sleep soon. But yeah, he's got a cold. But either way, I want to cut this down a little bit. I did want to check this out, and hopefully, thank you, Skeeter. Yeah, we'll get him better. We'll get him better. And hopefully that castor oil. Oh Lord, the things I got to do to get them to drink orange juice. It's like, boys, I guess they get to the age where they feel like they don't, they can just handle it. And it's like, no, just take some medicine, get better. Because I don't want to get sick. Yeah. They want to be mama. They want to be underneath mama still. Don't get me sick. Need you to get better. Help me get better. So Father John, remember. Oh, Father John, is that y'all know the house for the Pope is going up for auction soon, and it's already like a bidding war on that. Like, they did not expect it. Yeah, I kind of foresaw that. Like, I told you all that the price of that house probably gonna be up in the millions by the time June 6th hit. Yeah, you could probably be looking at that home to be close to $1 million. I mean, I'm just surprised the Vatican's not trying to slam dunk it and just say, "Oh, we're just gonna buy it, be done with it." Nasty medicine and Father John. Yeah, that nasty medicine. They barely want to do Vicks. Darn kids. I mean, I have to just almost stop what you're doing, put on a Vicks patch, and go put some Vicks vapor rub on. Stop all that. So y'all can get better. Boys being boys. But I appreciate all of you for tuning in. Hit the like button for me if you can. Here's the video. This is on the Dalton Documentaries YouTube channel. Let me hit the thumbs up on that. They obviously did some seasons on here. They got a lot of videos there, y'all. So this is season 3, episode 2. And like I said, I didn't want to do the whole thing. I just kind of scrolled through because it has timestamps on here, if you guys can see. And it has the 2021 Thornton Township inauguration. And then I saw this part here, and I said, oh, okay, let me start right here and just go from there. And then, of course, you see her in this chapter, standing next to Deacon Easter Suit and Frank Zuccarelli. And so I was like, oh, yeah, I want to check this out. Because I just don't get the whole obsession of, everything being compared to Frank Zuccarelli. We can all agree that he is nowhere near what Super Stupid was. We can all agree to that. Nowhere near that. I feel to believe. I don't have to know this man or his career to know that Super Stupid is in a league of her own. I highly doubt he was under FBI investigation. So just to hear him being dragged through that, so just to the extent that he is, it's like what is the obsession? What did he do? Leaves you wondering, what did he do that was so bad here? Because people keep bringing him up, trying to compare him to her on, dumb things. And it's like, listen, that's not comparable. You're just delusional. That's kind of how I see it. So I'm like, there's nothing that he has done that was anywhere near half as bad as that, because he would have been all over the news. Oh, he would have been. He would have been all over the news because those same clowns use race when it comes to, well, the governor didn't do anything, because you imagine a white guy trying to do something to a black female mayor. Like, oh, okay, so the same thing can apply when it comes to Frank Zuccarelli trying to do something in a predominantly black township. I mean, it's just the logic is gone. That's how delusional it comes out. It's like airheadish nonsense and bimble babble, and it's disturbing. So there are certain things like the boxes, the name on boxes and stuff like that. No, I don't think anybody needs to put their name on a box to do a food drive. Because I see several churches and other organizations, they give out food and they don't put the name of the president on the box. My church don't put the name of our pastor on a food box to give out food. So, little things like that is just an unnecessary expense, but we can all agree that it's just an unnecessary expense across the board. But to go to the extent to drag this man's name like this and try to compare what Super Stupid has done, who's under FBI investigation, to anything comparison to Frank Zuccarelli is just obscene. It's obscene. And it's, what are they dragging him on? it leaves me wondering that. So, but baby says Tiffany Brown and Robert Hunt also sent out those flyers that was blamed on the then mayor. My mom used to use back in the day. Oh, this shit. Okay. Yeah, I mean, I've had my dose of castor oil and it, I know how they feel. They wanted his seat long before he died. That's kind of the what I've heard. But we're gonna check out this video. You guys let me know if you can hear. Put a 1 in the chat. Let's get to it.
In case nobody hears it or nobody doesn't know it, this guy is the man. Stan Brown is the man. Aside from Frank Zuccarelli, of course, he's the man of the hour.
We are your servants. I believe that more than anything in the whole world. And I love what I'm doing. I wish I could do this till I die, but I promised Carmen I'm not going to do this until I die. We have to get some other things done. But anyway, tonight is just...
People in the south suburbs are mourning the loss of longtime leader Frank Zuccarelli. He was a supervisor in Thornton Township.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're here at the Thornton Township 2021 swearing in of the Frank Zuccarelli and his marvelous team, his trustees and his clerk. And this is one hell of a place to be in a time like this here. A few words from Mayor Tiffany.
I want to say congratulations to Frank Zuccarelli. May you have a wonderful, successful 4 years.
You've been voted the Thornton Township supervisor. How do you feel about that?
Oh man, I'm overjoyed. Didn't see it coming. I love it. That means that I am truly blessed and everyone loves me.
I actually didn't see that coming when the trustees voted for her in the midnight hour. And the residents didn't get a chance to vote at all. I mean, why even say that? You just look even dumber. You sound even dumber than you look. Yeah. Pick an order and she still sounds dumb. It just doesn't make any sense. It's obvious that she wanted it. I think I've seen a video with her in Dalton while she was a trustee alluding to becoming a mayor or supervisor. And to say, I didn't see this coming. Fuck out. Damn girl.
The youngest supervisor and the first female. I made history again twice.
You're taking the position of Mr. Frank Zuccarelli. Obviously, a huge, big shoes to fill. What are your thoughts on that?
I will basically lead what he has started. I will follow in his footsteps. But when I did,
that's a lot.
We did have a deficit, so let him speak to that. And then when I came, cleaned it up to a surplus. So I just want to show you the things that we actually do, and we do invest our.
Did this heifer say that there was a deficit and she came and cleaned it up as if she knows how to read or do mathematics? And no one stopped her and corrected her on that and said, "No, girl, hold on, stop. You full of shit." Nope. No, ma'am. No, ma'am. You will not lie on that man's legacy. No one said that. The cowardice in this is so baffling to me. as if she's paying all their mortgages. This is unbelievable. It's the same crap they try to peddle in the Dalton. As if math doesn't listen, when it comes to budgets and expenses, certain accounts can only be used for certain things. When you're talking about an overall deficit here, you're not talking about, oh, here's what you owe on some bonds that you're paying on. If you're in good standing with a loan, you're in good standing with a loan. That's not considered bad debt. And because you got dumb clowns that don't understand finance, they sit here and say, well, the bonds made the village of Dalton have a deficit. That's not how it works. If it's in good standing and they're being paid on, that's not considered bad debt. So it is unbelievable to lie about simple math and numbers, to say that they were in a deficit and you came and cleaned it up when you won't provide receipts on purchases from Las Vegas and spent $150,000 on a Tahoe truck. Can we not even talk about the credit card usage? Oh, and then having village clerks removed from bank accounts unlawfully. Jesus Christ. Paying out vendors $15,000, $20,000, $30,000 for what? And no invoice. Without board approval. This is the buffoonery that they try to justify. And then they drag Frank Zuccarelli through this. Horrible. But none of those cowards would be able to say that to his face if he were alive. Unbelievable. Deacon Easter Suit sitting right there at the table and didn't even stop her and say, nah, that's a lie now. That's a lie, girl. That's a lie. Robert Hunt sitting right there. He's just like, whatever. Y'all, that video on him tomorrow is going to be epic. I'm telling you that right now. That's right, Bobby. Full of crap. Lie like hell. Like it's just breathing for her. I don't want to say this, but I sort of believe they may have something to do with his death. Just my opinion. You have the right to your opinion. We know she's lying. We know she's lying, and we also know she doesn't understand what numbers look like. Man.
Years. We make interest on our own. Little do people know. People don't talk about my educational background.
I attended Robert Morris College downtown in Chicago.
I graduated from Robert Morris University.
University of College.
Sigma, Beta, Delta, top sorority of my class, but no one talks about my educational background. They just look at how youthful I am and not understand.
Because your education is unverified, you dumbass.
That I really can lead. I am a business owner. I have a business background.
We bake burgers. Yes, bake. You take the baked burger, you put it on a bun, you add the cheese, which is mozzarella cheese.
Gross.
Normally, I leave it on the grill and I let it bubble.
Tomato sauce?
Right here at Good Burger, you get quality, not quantity, quality.
What the hell?
This is
y'all.
I run the township.
Did y'all see this?
A business background.
We bake burgers. Yes, bake. You take the baked burger, you put it on a bun, you add the cheese, which is mozzarella cheese.
What?
Normally, I leave it on the grill and I let it bubble. Right here at Good Burger.
Yeah, she said mozzarella with a T. Mozzarella. No one asks about my education because you have none. You don't even have decency. We don't care.
You get quality, not quantity, quality.
That's how I run the township with my business.
Holy Jesus.
So I thank all those that do believe in me and what we have accomplished here at the township.
Now, you know that's not fair, sneaking up on a man eating a Tiffany juicy burger.
You're so lame. He is so lame.
Let me just fill you in. When a man get the whole burger like this in his hand,
that's gross.
This is like heaven.
But I'm always getting my accolades.
Y'all, he's sitting there looking like that cow meat's finally kicking out. Y'all don't it look like he's sitting here about to have a bowel movement? What's going on, Quality? Thank you. You are the bomb, the greatest. Thank you so much. I love you so much. Y'all, Quality Reacts. Fantastic content creator. I even did a reaction to one of his videos. Reacted to Kendrick Lamar being in a concert, and it was like the sound barrier was broken. Not like us. Absolutely amazing. Thank you so much, Quality. Thank you for the $9.99 super sticker. You are awesome, honey. Mama loves you. Thank you so much. Welcome in. If I have a mod in, can you guys please post the link to Quality Reacts channel in the comments for me, please? Just drop the link in there so people can check out his channel and his content. You guys, he'll have you laughing for hours. Hours. I mean, to the point where I had to do a reaction on one of his videos. It was hilarious. I laughed for days on that. I still laugh. So good. Thank you so much. Thank you for tuning in. We're sitting here clowning this girl right here. And the dude at the end look like he about to have a bowel movement. That burger is finally coming and trying to bring itself to realization. Y'all look how uncomfortable Deacon Easter suit is at the end of that table. I'm like, oh, Sinead, that patty. That damn cheese. It's a cheese. It's a cheese. He can't even smile because he think he might fart. Thank you so much, Karen. Thank you so much for dropping this link. Hey, Ohio girl, how you doing? Oh, what's the matter? Thank you so much. I appreciate you. So much love. Thank you so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. You guys, please check out Quality. You have a good laugh. Just have a good laugh. We love to laugh here. So naturally, I'm going to gravitate to channels that actually have a good laugh. Thank you so much for tuning in. Y'all, look at this Deacon suit down here. Deacon Easter suit. About to give birth to a whole BM. Shouldn't have ate that cow meat, you clown. Like, oh no.
Ladies and gentlemen,
It's about to come out.
Thornton Township 2021 swearing in of the Frank Zuccarelli and his marvelous team.
I hope to be like you one day. You are my inspiration. You are my mentor. So thank you for all the support over in Lansing. I remember I told everybody when I first became supervisor that the previous administration
2021 swearing in of the Frank Zuccarelli and his marvelous team.
I hope to be like you one day. You are my inspiration. You are my mentor. So thank you for all the support over in Lansing. I remember I told everybody when I first became supervisor here that the previous administration and some of them sitting in the crowd was stealing. Did they want to write that story? No, they did not. Because white is right. Y'all wanted to keep that on hush, but no.
White is right. First of all, you goon. What evidence do you have that they were stealing? Because their court documents outlining how you stolen. Let's not forget, I pulled up the definition of the word theft. So I would love to see how that definition applies to Frank Zuccarelli, whom you just stood there and said in 2021 that he's your mentor and you aspire to be like him. Who aspires to be like someone that's a thief? If he be that. Which, coming from a person who can't recognize what the number 4 is, I don't put much credibility in this bullshit coming out of her mouth anyway. Because when the number 8 is circle to you, no one cares what the hell you talking about, girl. This is ridiculous. What an insult. And he's not here to defend himself. That's the problem. He can't defend himself. He can't say, well, that's not true. And here's XYZ exhibits and documentation. So you're just lying on someone that is not even here to be able to defend themselves. That's the biggest low blow punch below the belt, aside from trying to dog out someone's kids or their parents or something, that you could ever witness. Someone trying to destroy the legacy or credibility of a person that is not even alive to defend themselves. It's disgusting. And all over what? Because she's the one sitting here misusing credit cards that actually has evidence of credit card statements, her taking trips that were not approved with no permission, violating laws to do what she did. That's outlined in court documents. Get the fuck out of here.
Nobody will say nothing. And then when y'all want to know,
oh my God,
Township, y'all come bringing my line about the theft that's going on at the township before I became the supervisor. But y'all not writing about none of that stuff.
No, no one's going to write about that bullshit with no
You're
proof.
gonna do a great job.
Yes, thank you. So look, can I get 2 trucks?
Do everybody want to make it like we're bad when they were bad?
I need a buzz.
But nobody in the media was saying anything. I hope you're recording this, Lansing Journal, and putting your paper.
Hello, everyone. I am Melanie Youngsma of the Lansing Journal, here with Josh Wisma, managing editor.
Hello.
Today, we're going to spend a little time answering people's question about why we're not covering Thornton Township. Maybe because you've seen some segments on larger media, WGN and Channel 32.
Tiffany Henyard collected $287,000 back in 2022 from her 2 elected positions.
Tiffany Henyard's controversial police security detail and how it impacted his ability to fight crime.
Tiffany Henyard told me in November she cares. Apparently so much so, it's also the name of her.
Yeah, this care things that she actually admitted in a video was her so-called baby ID or whatever. Turned out to be a scam. It was a scam. A court had to issue a restraint on her collecting from people for money through this scam, to restrain her from collecting donations for it because it was a scam. You know, the Lansing Journal said, "Oh, okay, checkmate, bitch." She said our name. What she say? Yeah, okay. So we'll tell you why we're not reporting on it.
Her charity.
Supervisor Henyard and Mayor Henyard have been in the news.
You didn't go to Las Vegas?
Yes, she has. Y'all,
What is that?
You
don't know if you were in Las Vegas?
Of course I do.
Were you?
And the questions are large enough that media of all sizes should be interested in them.
Nearly all of the money a South Suburban politician's cancer charity claims to have received in its first few months of activity came from taxpayers.
I think I'm doing a damn good job on leave.
So we went to a recent Thornton Township board meeting to ask Henyard some questions about all that spending.
I've never, ever been bitter to the news.
Thank you all so much for tuning in. Please hit that like button because this video is what it is. We're just having a good time laughing at her clown ass.
This is my olive branch to the media. Can you guys reach out to us and ask us our opinion before you post it?
Trying to reach out to her. What is that doing? That's such a weak move. You touching her arm is not going to stop her at all. It didn't shut her up, Deacon Easter Soup. It did not shut her up. And then when the news walks up there, it says, "You challenge us to a duel." Pop, pop. Oh, no. You can ask any other questions. Nope, I'm not answering that. No question, no answers. Nope. Because, you know, like cowards like her who can't read and do math, she just bucks away at it. Boy, the last thing she should have said was the Lansing Journal, because Melody was like, "Oh, okay. What she talking to?"
So we did ask a few questions.
Okay.
But Henyard wasn't anxious to talk about her charity. Why did you and the board vote to give your foundation $10,000?
I'm the face of the foundation. My name is nowhere, sir.
It's on it.
I'm the face.
No.
What was the purpose of going to Springfield?
Hey, you guys. Coward.
She doesn't have any more comments.
We're going to talk. So we tried asking another employee who went on that trip.
You went down to Springfield, and what were you hoping to do in Springfield?
You need to ask the people that handles that. I'm not the one that handles it.
And we are grateful that there are
cowards. And you all want to sit here, give him a chance. Deacon Easter Soup, when did he deserve this? When did he deserve that chance again? Because he's been sitting in this position for a minute. So I think we're past the point of giving him a chance like he's new to this, because he's not. What a coward he is. This is unbelievable. How they fray away from it, but then want to sit here. You got the goons and the clowns already talking about, "Oh, you guys, didn't nobody get her a chance. They don't talk to her about nothing." She chose not to talk about anything. She chose to walk away. She chose to not answer questions. You know, because she knew she was guilty. I mean, the end. When you have all the court documents that she's had issued against her and all these lawsuits that she's lost and judgments ruled against her, or the fact that she just chose to go ahead and agree to leave Jason House on a whole bank account. She agreed to that in court, but she comes out into the meetings and then puts all this air in her chest and act like she's somebody. But in court, though, it's a whole different thing. because that agreement is in that case docket. She agreed to allow Jason House to remain as a signatory on a bank account because she unlawfully took off the village clerk. Why is it that the goons and the clowns can't simply read that and at least acknowledge that that is a part of our reality? It's never going away. Crazy. Hit that like button for me, you guys. This is it. It is what it is. And you guys know that I've gone over those court documents. I've gone over that injunction. I've gone over the reportings on it. She's the one that failed to give her own self a defense by not answering questions. But they want to dog out the media because they're not kissing her ass. No one owes you that, girl. This is crazy.
Are some larger media outlets that are investing the time and the capacity that, frankly, we just don't have.
Because I'm still telling that story. So now that I created a Tiffany on the Move podcast to tell my story, since don't nobody want to pick it up,
I'm gonna answer questions like my friend. Why you asking all them questions?
And I'm being attacked by the media left or right. I am telling y'all my story.
Supervisor.
What's the story again? I missed the story. What was the story? Oh, okay. Because, we pulled up court documents over here in the Lady Luck Club. So what was your story again? Please go to court and tell the judge that they lied like hell. I dare you.
Henyard wants media to talk about a lot of the fun things that she's doing. She's got a big bingo program that happens on Thursday nights, I think.
And also, ladies and gentlemen, we just had an awesome big bingo at Thornton Township.
He's such a clown.
Refrigerators, stoves, wash machines, and dryers were actually prizes being given out.
Air fryers, Keurigs, they want TV, refrigerators, stoves.
TVs. And
where they get the money to buy all that stuff? These are large appliances you're talking about here. Where did the money come from to purchase the stuff again? The public tax dollars. Oh, yeah, because it didn't come out of her pocket. No, it came from public funding. So she did nothing. It's like these people could have literally just been given that money back to pay their water bills. That thing that the goons and clowns keep complaining about. The water bill. But no. She thought you all needed TVs and stoves and ovens. It's because of reasons. This is laughable.
And washers and dryers.
She's insufferable.
And large prizes that people are excited about. And she's proud of that. And wants credit for that. So we could report on that, but I have questions about that too.
Right.
Because I believe the money that she's spending on those prizes is taxpayer money.
But these all the facts and things that they put out there just to lay the groundwork so people can know what to look for.
I was there at 5 and waited for over an hour before Supervisor Henyard made her appearance.
Melody is like, this woman is so
every
sick.
day deserves.
It's like she's just sick to have to talk about this. I don't blame you, girl.
So the meeting got rolling.
Oh my God.
And it was a long meeting. And there was a lot of talking during that meeting. I was recording, I was shooting video. Just a lot of information. Not information exactly, but a lot of words.
This is going to be Black History Month, right? Y'all all sitting there looking.
I would say it was just a lot of words. It wasn't information, just a lot of words. Melanie is gangster. Y'all better leave her alone. She said, I don't even want to sit there in that bullshit. She might as well just get it out. Let it out, girl. It's okay. Let it out. Lady Luck Club is here to listen and let you vent. Just say what needs to be said. She didn't want to sit there and hear all that bullshit. Especially if you're going to ask a question of somebody that is a pathological liar and get another lie as a response. Like, where's the money coming from to buy these stoves and ovens and air fryers again? Because, why do you think people need that and not have their water bill paid for? Yeah. Why did you think that was necessary?
had a dream, but guess what? I am the dream.
You are a nightmare from hell.
Nightmare
from hell.
When I got home, I had to upload all that video. That was another couple of hours.
Yep.
And not just upload it, label it and timestamp it so we know when these different things were said and who said them and who's in the videos. And that all takes time. All told, we'll have at least 12 hours invested into these 2 meetings.
Right.
That really didn't result in
anything
substantial,
solid information.
That's right.
Right.
And it's difficult to invest that kind of time on Thornton Township coverage when we're not sure of the result.
But these are all the facts and things that I'm gonna put out.
Oh no, the result is we all get to laugh and clown her ass out about it. But I get what she's saying. You know, Melanie is like, I'm not being paid to cover this heifer. Let me put this in layman's terms of what Melanie is saying here. Melanie is saying, I'm not getting paid to cover this heifer. All right. I wasted 12 hours of my life in 2 meetings all for her to sit there and throw out words that no one cares about. We don't give a shit. And then she want to sit here and dodge real interviews by the actual media that's there to cover her. National coverage she's getting because she's the one that put herself out there by being on social media, being a loudmouth, ghetto ass piece of crap, uncouth, that can barely master the English language or recognize the number 8. So why should we put time into sitting here and covering her ass? And then the only person she calls out like that is the Lansing Journal. No, because the Lansing Journal had more value than that. And there was like, you know, just like the Lady Luck Club, they're in the YouTube mansions. They're not going to sit down in the gutter with you, girl. That's what they refuse to do. They refuse to cover her lies and her BS. and the news, WGN and Fox, you know, they're just asking questions and they're just sharing her responses. Like, yeah. Elliott's like, I wasn't in the mood for that shit. Hey, proof that Melanie is gangster. All right. Yeah, Pamela, y'all make sure y'all hit that like button. We got to laugh about this. She's no longer the supervisor, and we bless God for it. But I mean, you know, we still gonna laugh at her ass. Why does she always look high? She probably is. Exactly. Excuse me. Hey, Candile, what's going on? Good evening. How you doing? Thank you to my fantastic mods coming in. Hey, Foxy Roxy, how you doing? Make sure you drop your YouTube channel link as well in the comments chat. I appreciate you. Thank you so much for tuning in, y'all. I told you we're not going to be long because my youngest son's got a little cold. So we're just going to check out this video and maybe get in, I don't know, a clip of something funny. But we'll get to this one definitely. And then I'll come back tomorrow and do another live and chat it out. And we'll have some more fun and get some more laughs in and some comedic relief. But I just had to solve the riddle of this whole mystery of why people keep, you know, dogging out Frank Zuccarelli, and this man is not here to defend himself. And it's just, it's almost pathetic at this point to hear anyone just drag this man's name through the mud with no evidence that he directly did something. Because, you know, they want us to do that too. Oh, proof super stupid did it. Oh, her name's all over court documents. How many do you want? It's unbelievable. The delusion is strong up in here. I mean, the delusion. It's unbearable. This is why it's hard for me to watch videos of her meetings and stuff, because she's insufferable, people. Insufferable.
About them, just to lay the groundwork so people can know what to look for. Do not follow people because they so negative, because misery come. That's what they need. So don't hang with people that ain't actually growing a community.
I nominate Tiffany Henyard for Township Supervisor.
You look mad.
So let's bring it back in time to the beginning of 2022. That is when former Supervisor Frank Zukarelli passes away, and a void of power exists now at the top of Thornton Township. That results in a series of meetings among trustees tasked with appointing a new supervisor And if that doesn't happen by a certain time, that's going to go to a town hall where then the public is going to be
correct.
What should have happened? That should have happened. Period. That should have happened. I think I've seen a little bit of this, but that's exactly what should have happened. It should have went to a town hall where the public gets to decide. Then it should not have been solely based on the trustees. Now you all understand though why it's important on who you vote for when it comes down to the trustees as well. Because this is ridiculous. There's just no excuse for that. I'm sorry. No. Nope. None.
Trustee Gonzalez.
Yes.
He's like he
I was hoping we could get somebody that was a little bit younger for the role. I felt it was time that we, possibly, and I mean, I wasn't like honed in on that, but a woman. I just thought that would be.
I would have just respected him a lot more if he would have said, they scared the hell out of me and I felt threatened and intimidated and I didn't feel like I had a choice. The end. Because that's exactly the look you get when you see his face giving that vote. He's not happy about that at all. He does not crack one smile. Siggy told me he was going to whoop my ass by my car. So I didn't have a choice but to vote. That's it. They didn't like him either way. So you might as well be honest. He looks like he was threatened or intimidated. I'm saying it. From what I perceive, he looks like someone threatened or intimidated him into doing that vote because he did not have to do it. He was a trustee. He was elected. She could not fire him. Just, throw a tantrum and act like a petulant child who still can't read. But, if he had already been threatened and bullied, it would have just been that. But it still would have resulted in her not becoming supervisor. I don't give a, y'all can threaten and bully me all you want. I'm still saying no. My answer is no. Kiss my ass. No. That's it. I mean, I don't know. I'm the only one that, I guess I'm the only one that feel away. Because I certainly would have said, nope, wouldn't have done it. That's it for removing the major. No, right? Well done. It's just sad to think that this is probably a result of him being threatened and intimidated.
Somebody.
I'm going to fast forward a little bit.
Put your hands together for your new township supervisor.
Nobody here. Wow. What the hell is this dude again?
She went straight to Frank's office and, sat in the chair and she just kept basically yelling, what are they going to think now? What are they going to say now? Speaking of the Dalton trustees, because I guess, like I said, there was already a rift and I didn't know that. So I'm thinking I'm like, oh my God, what did I do?
You didn't know that? Come on, bro. I mean, was no one paying attention what was going on in Dalton when she was a trustee? Come on, bro.
Y'all can have them here, baby. Y'all can have that shit. Wow.
You Robert Hunt. Is this Robert Hunt talking about wow? That's Robert Hunt talking about wow. And then as he turned around and did her bidding, and now he's named in a lawsuit that I went over that will be airing tomorrow. The level of hypocrisy is mind-numbing. It's mind-numbing. Where were you at in the last budget meeting that happens once a year, Robert Hunt? What was your black ass at? Because he didn't show up, but he showed up for Napoleon Harris's swearing-in ceremony. Mighty funny how that happened. He's sitting here saying, wow, and then went and did her bidding. Unbelievable.
How do you feel about that decision now? Do you have any regret about that decision?
I do, definitely. Obviously, with everything going on.
Thornton Township trustee Chris Gonzalez says the board was never consulted about the billboards, which he says needed their approval.
Kind of the.
Oh, well, we all she spent money that no one approved for.
Mr. Jones, your thoughts on Ms. Henyard as the new supervisor?
In this day and age, it's a saying that we got to keep having there. If not now, then when? And we got a young lady that has the potential to take this township to some great heights.
I was tell y'all, let me teach you something. Let me educate you. My famous words.
I was excited about
Famous. Girl, you can't teach a cockroach the letter A. You certainly can't teach a mere mortal or another human being a damn thing. Oh, Lord. Famous, y'all. I told y'all she's an Ewok alien from outer space. She's got her own language.
Opportunity when it came around. I nominated a lot of people.
And I say that because a lot of people are misled. They are led astray. They are bamboozled, hoodwinked.
When it came to her, I mean, I'm not saying it's like
when it came to Earth,
like that.
Yeah, I'm glad he recognized that she's an Ewok. When she crash landed here on Earth, she still could not define the word bamboozle.
She could be good.
What an alien she
There's
is.
so much hate in this room as relates to the great things that we do, because you know the devil do have people working for him and people come out.
Yeah, she's one of them
today. But it saddens me because you can never see the good that we do because you got so much hate in your eyes and in your heart.
Yeah, Tiffany Aisha Henyard definitely works for Satan. What the hell? Yeah, these things need to be said out loud. She is definitely a spawn of Satan and a seed of Chucky. Okay, that's why she can recognize those who are also spawns of Satan and seeds of Chucky. You know, kinfolk recognize kinfolk. What the hell wrong with her?
And it hurts me because I am the you. I am that. People get mad when you got it, and
oh
they
my
don't.
God.
My board that served with me, I commend y'all. I hope y'all find a way to work together. Celebrate. I congratulate everyone that won, and especially Brother Stan Brown. Brother Stan Brown, we don't have some intense talks. And even when it's political time and we're out, me and him always find a way to work together, cordial and peaceful. And I'm holding out hope for Brother Stan Brown that he will find a way to mend, to compromise, and be transparent to get people working together.
Really?
And on that note, thank you, Mayor.
You're welcome.
All right. I'm gonna sing this song for you, and anybody can join in that knows.
Please help us up here on this board. We don't need to take sides.
But you do, you hypocrite.
All
No. He does take sides, though. He does take sides. Like, this is ridiculous. He's the same person that advocated for more bonds. For those that say you care about the bonds, go to him. Clown his ass out for it. Deacon Easter suit, wearing all this polyester, is the same person that sat here and advocated for people to support the village of Dalton getting more bonds for a water park. But then you got residents complaining about water bills. Don't you think a water park would add on to that water bill that no one eats? Holy Jesus. This is insanity. Yeah, oh Lord, I can only take so much of this before I just go full-blown rage mode. This is crazy. This is nuts.
We need everyone here support to help us to come together.
We getting all the lashes, all the negative stuff, and positive. So thank you to my residents that love what we're doing. Thank you to Trustee Stan Brown. Thank you to Trustee Andrew Holmes. And the only two trustees that always support the residents here and vote for what's right and what's needed in the community.
It seems as though we get to
Do they? A water park and more bonds. Let's oh God.
The board meetings in half the room for one side of the trustee and others for the other side. I just ask that y'all come and work for all of us.
Holy
because
Jesus.
You know that's our role to work for all of you. So we finally got a chance to get that parade back. It's been well over 10 years here in the village of Dalton. I can't do nothing but say appreciate every vision that Mayor Tiffany Henyard had and the township supervisor.
Have you seen this? It's absolutely.
Am I tripping here? Don't take sides.
For the board to be together when half of the crowd clapping for certain trustees and clapping for the other.
The mayor can blame everybody for what's going on, but she has to look at herself. Nobody told her to get on TV and lie like that. Blatant lies. Did you spend this on a credit card? No, sir. I don't know where they got that from.
Some of those charges are for you, though.
No, sir.
You didn't go to Las Vegas?
Yes. Yes.
These are easily verifiable lies.
Dumbass
That's
girl.
unacceptable.
Oh, she's an
That
idiot.
immediate attention didn't kick up until the lies came out on WGN.
And I'm just saying, I like to be that glue to help bring things together. And on both sides, we shooting rockets at one another.
Stan Brown.
No,
Does
we're
Stan
not.
know anything
No.
about the finance?
I'm sorry. Was Frank Zuccarelli under FBI investigation? I'll wait. Produce the subpoenas. What about Jason House? Is he under FBI investigation? Listen, if he is and he's named in a subpoena, email it to me. Because I don't know if it can get more worse than that. The last thing anyone should be bragging about is the FBI even looking at you longer for 16 seconds, let alone opening up an inquiry on your ass and naming you in subpoenas or telling you either you get me these certified documents or you come and testify before a grand jury. They see this as a badge of honor. They just overlook that simple fact that can be proven. Unbelievable. I didn't like Gonzalez's explanation either. I will never shy from that, Trina Waterville. I'm right with you on that. I saw your comment up there. His explanation was garbage. He could have just said, you know what? They bullied me. That's it. They bullied my ass. That's that's what happened here. I got bullied. I was forced to do this. And, you know, I hate myself for it, but they bullied me. That's it. At least we would have more sympathy. No, he tried to go the long route about her being a female and it's something about singing. I don't know, whatever. It's just like, no, that's unacceptable, bro. No. Just tell the truth and shame the devil.
Can he answer any questions? The trustees don't have the credit card receipts, the mayor's village reports, the financial reports. The Stan have it because the rest of the trustees don't have it. And she's going to say everybody's lying. They do have it. The attorney general is asking for credit card receipts.
Yeah, they
the
did.
Attorney general was
You
lying
see the
too.
letter for
And
it.
it doesn't help residents when you come and keep us apart like you do.
Be careful. There's life after this girl, and you have to move on. And if you're on camera lying for her because she told you to lie, believe me, it's all recorded. Everything's recorded. And be careful not to lie on something that can easily be proven that you lied.
Everybody simple, a large check. Simple evidence.
almost
oh
always
hell! Hold on. Simple evidence. That can easily be obtained, like an FBI subpoena to prove someone's under FBI investigation. He didn't lie on this. I don't know who he was talking to, but he hit the nail with the hammer.
Dividing us apart.
Nobody was checking for this until the mayor got on TV and lied right through the camera, smooth, without a bite in the eye.
Yeah,
You
she's
don't
a
know if you were in Las
narcissist.
Vegas?
Of course I do.
Were you?
Pathological liar.
It's not paid by them.
Oh my God, it was paid
Did you
by
fly
them.
first class to Las Vegas?
Any other questions?
That is dangerous when you can lie like that easily. Of stuff that you know can be verified is true.
And I just ask to each and every one here, give us a chance to work together.
See?
You're pulling us apart.
That's dangerous. Stop. That whole give us a chance, give them a chance, give it a chance. At some point, that nonsense has to come to an end. At what point is it, we've given you chances, now it's time for you to grow the hell up. We can't keep going on this tangent about giving a chance for you to keep effing up. How much more do you all need to see with Deacon Easter suit to know that he is not a good trustee? How much more? He's been in this role for a minute. How many more chances does he need? The decisions that he's making is affecting your livelihood and your lives. How public tax dollars are being spent. He's advocating for bonds for a damn water park for one miscreant from hell who's now gone, thank God. How do you undo all of that, though? You don't. Give him a chance now to still do the same crap under a new administration. What kind of expectation is that? And I'm speaking candidly here because I don't understand that concept of give him a chance, give him a chance, give him a chance. How many more chances are we giving here? It's only so many, get out of jail free cards that can be given. He's a grown ass man. He has the wherewithal to go do a commercial eating some cow meat covered in slop, smothered in cheese, and didn't have two thoughts about that at all. He thought that was cute. It's just, he didn't give a damn. But yet and still, the pattern of behavior that happens over and over and over and over again. All you hear and read people saying, give him a chance, give him a chance, give him a chance. At some point, you have to say, listen, get in here, do what you need to do, make the right decisions. And when you screw up, we're going to call you out on it. And if you ain't learned the first time we done said it, because you've been in this position too long, you got to go. Please understand you will be voted out. That's it. That's all you got to say. And then you walk away and sleep peacefully at night. That should be what the accountability measures look like now. It should not be just give them a chance. Say I can do a dementia commercial. Santa was definitely taking that money under the table. Only explanation. It had to be. Because what grown man is going to sit here and keep siding with this little chicken head like this, knowing she's screwing up? Like he can't read court documents to see that a court had to stop her from accepting donations for a scam that had her name all over it, where a video of her saying herself that she created Tiffany Cares Foundation. Like that video doesn't exist. That's what Ed Steve was just saying. There are videos out here that will be used against her in the court of law, where she admits to starting this Tiffany Cares Foundation and then tried to deny that it's hers because she did some illegal stuff. All of a sudden, they just not figuring out that laws are laws. These laws have always existed for a while. It's finally coming to a point where these laws are being used against her. And there's evidence to show that she's violated the laws. That's why a judge signed an injunction to get her to stop collecting money for that Tiffany Cares Foundation scam. Because you violated the damn law when you took that $10,000 payment. But he didn't read that. Deacon Easter Brown, blue, black, what do y'all call him? I call him Deacon Easter Suit. He didn't read that injunction from the court signed by a judge, a whole judge that went to law school. He didn't read that. Did he not see that? Because if he says no, I'm going to call him a liar to his face in many, many videos. And I'm not going to stop till I feel better. You can't have a temperament for, 1,000 F-ups from somebody like this that's doing this stuff intentionally. At some point, you have to say, hell no, we're not giving you a chance to do nothing but kick rocks. The only thing we're going to give you the chance to do is walk out that damn door if you make one error that we don't like or one bad decision that hurts us all. We're only going to give you one chance, and that amounts to like 3 minutes to get your shit and get the hell up out of here. That's it. That's all we're going to give you a chance to do. Get the hell on. Because if we're going to make it hard for you to come up in here, we're going to clown your ass the moment you step in here for the next meeting. We're not giving you a chance to do nothing else. Because it's been years of this nonsense. At some point, that has to come to an end. That whole excuse, that whole, just give them a chance. Just let them work it out. No. The moment the decision was made, and I bring this example up to show when you voice your concerns and it's overwhelming and it's just hard to ignore, guess what they did? They corrected the decision when they put he who will not be named on a committee assignment. You know how many comments I got about give him a chance? I think they're brewing something underneath it. No, he doesn't have to be on a committee for anything to happen. And this is coming from somebody that reads court documents all day. Trust me when I tell you, he did not have to be on a committee assignment for nothing to go on. Nothing. Absolutely nothing. I failed to believe that. And guess what happened? About a week or so, he even voted for himself to be removed. That's how you effectuate change. Giving them a chance should be the last thing you should be wanting to do right now, when they have proven to be the full of shit pieces of crap that they are. And I'm talking about Deacon Easter Suit and he who will not be named. If Jason makes a bad decision, no, sir, you're going to have to undo that. Right then and there, say something. Don't let days, weeks, months pass by. because it just piles up. You know, it piles up. So he who will not be named now is removed off of the committee assignments because Jason House and the trustees, they heard it. They caught the backlash of it. They understood this was not a good decision. And they changed it. They took him off. He even voted for himself to be removed. Prime example of that. I want y'all to understand that. It's not even attacking. I'm not attacking Jason House at all or the trustees. I simply said it was a bad decision. And there's nothing wrong with saying that. Because this affects y'all lives. And plus, he's gross and the ones that wants to see him on a committee. I mean, seriously. Yeah, let's see how did Tiffany keep her seat after she was caught stealing radios in 2016. She was just, I don't know. That's what's so baffling to me. I think, you know, it gets to a point where, just like here in Fulton in Georgia, right? We had Mayor Rafiki. You know, he was a part of BLM and all those things. And there's oftentimes, and I'll even admit, where there's a chance for us to be educated on who these candidates are, and we don't take advantage of that opportunity. We don't read, we don't research enough, we don't really dive into the areas that might be uncomfortable, but we still need to know what's going on here. I say start with court documents. They got some lawsuits against them. You guys know it's chock full of goodies. A lot of good stuff in court docs. But you could get a general good picture of someone by seeing what they're being alleged of doing in a court of law. So that's part of that research that should happen and occur. And that was super stupid. It wasn't enough research. And people just weren't willing to admit that she would be a horrible choice. Not overwhelmingly. Some already knew she was bad. But it wasn't resounding enough to turn the tide when it came to voting. And that means that it comes down to now understanding who you're voting for. When Cornmeal tried to run, guess what? People started asking her questions flat out because they learned. This is the effect of, we're not going to let this happen again. We're going to ask questions of these candidates. We're going to try to figure out what their platform is. And when people learn to do those things, she got offended, like anyone cares. Do a tantrum. But that's what should happen every single time with every candidate. And like they said, Jason House and Clean House 25, hey, hold us accountable. Dr. Nikita Klaus said that. Hold them accountable. We want to be held accountable. Hold our feet to the fire. Okay, wish granted. you don't have to tell me that at all. But some people, you only have to tell them that once. After it's super stupid and her insufferable ass for 4 years in Dalton, trust me, you don't have to worry about somebody holding somebody accountable. That's going to happen. But residents have to allow that to happen too. Residents have to be open to that. Residents have to recognize this is not a good decision. No, pimp, go to your room. That's exactly what I said. I laughed about it, but I meant what I said. So, you know, it doesn't have to be anger, vitriol, and angst and hate and any of this stuff. I think Jason House is more than willing to sit down and listen to grievances and concerns, and the trustees as well. And when it's just a unanimous consensus that he who will not be named should not be on committee assignments, you know, then they understand, like, we got to do something about this because this ain't gonna work. See how they were able to correct that. That goes to show that it works. Bringing about and raising your voice to these situations, it works. And you don't have to cuss them out. You don't have to be angry. You don't have to be, grr. You're like, sir, no, sir. Tried it again. We motion for all of us to deny what you just did. And second that. And can I get a yay or a nay? That's it. So she got in because it was a whole bunch of stuff that was overlooked. And the ones that were trying to say red flags, super stupid is not it. Y'all must have missed all her meetings and her being a trustee here. It didn't push the needle. So that's kind of my 2 cents on that. And based on just my research and observation of that, you know, She did. I mean, she's stealing radios and stuff. It's like car theft. Come on now. Did she have a child when that happened? I don't know. How was her daughter? Karen said, what? Yeah, she broke into cars and stole a radio. That was what was on the charge sheet. She got a whole mugshot. Yeah, no, you know, it's funny how people were so willing to forgive that charge of hers, but not Lavelle's. I mean, felony is a felony, right? And he served this time. He actually, tried to tell her, like, I can't, this is what I got going on. She didn't care. But people overlooked what she had done. And I'm not saying that people should not be given a chance here, but I'm just saying hers was so easily overlooked. And she still gets defended. Like, she gets people defending her. Why? So she didn't steal. Prove it. Their incompetent asses just fail to read. But I laugh at the goons and the clowns all day. Yes, I do. I laugh at them all day because that's all you can do with them at this point is laugh at their ass and clown them out. But people were willing to overlook that. And there has to be some when it comes to Jason and Brittany Norwood and Kiana Belch and Ed Steve, there should be some same grace given to them. Otherwise, it's very hypocritical to say give Deacon Eastersuit a chance, but not Ed Steve or Jason House. What the hell? It's just no. You're giving them a chance, but you're giving them. It has to be reasonable. Use wisdom and get judgment. Does that make sense? That's my 2 cents on that. Get rid of. He will not be named. Go to work for Rufus. Oh, Michael, what's going on, Michael? Oh man, I love how you guys speak your mind. We just say what needs to be said here. We don't sugarcoat. Hello from good old Virginia. Hey, Barbara, how you doing? She was in office in 2016. They must have hidden it from Ronnie Rogers because he would have been all over that. Well, did he know? Because I mean, that was a chargeable offense. I mean, he could have just looked up that charge. I'm sure he knew. That would have been the perfect excuse for getting rid of her. How did she have that arrest suppressed? Oh, it's not suppressed. It's public news. But I mean, you're asking good questions. And, I think, at some point, it will definitely be worth to be able to. I don't know if Riley Rogers is still in, is he still there? It would be worth somebody asking him, did you know that she was charged before she became mayor? Or, when she became a trustee? Why was that overlooked? These are good questions that I think, worth asking him just to get his thought process on this stuff. Let's see. She should have been forced to step down and trustee stealing car radios. Exactly. Get out of here. You sit here buying appliances while you used to steal car radios out of cars. Girl, bye, Felicia. Bye, Felicia. Yeah. For a radio. How much did that radio go for? $30? I wonder if that went to a pawn shop. Maybe sold on the black market. Did Siggy buy the radio? Oh man. She had that landlord tenant issue too. Yeah, she did. She was a slumlord. God. And where is that? I gotta look that up. That'd be something I look up to try to see what the status of that case is, because I could have sworn that they took her to court over that. I could be wrong. What's going on? What's going on, Saint? How you doing? Yeah, listen. I love my moms up in here. You guys are awesome. Thank you all for tuning in. We're almost done with this. If you guys want to get to the end, I'm almost a little over the hour. Actually, I am over the hour. But yeah, this will be all we check out in this stream tonight. And then tomorrow, I'll be able to go over Sam Misha Williams' lawsuit. Because, man, talk about, that Tiffany Cares thing being a scam. Sam Misha Williams' lawsuit is giving some hints and vibes of finance campaign law violation up in there. And it's about the the Friends friends of somebody, political party was super stupid. Her political party. So that's going to be an interesting one to go over, and I'll do that tomorrow and premiere it. And depending on how my kids are feeling, you know, and me, because I'm tired, I'm just exhausted. But I'll try to have that premiere same day tomorrow. But Robert Hunt's video is going to be premiering in the morning at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. You guys make sure you tune in to that because it's something else. His little sneaky ass.
Hard when you go at one of us.
Keep holding this administration accountable.
You steady keep us fighting with one another.
Keep fighting for transparency and don't let her bankrupt this town and then blame it on y'all.
I did hear something very true today, and I appreciate that from the old trustee Ed Steve. No, I'm
not the night saying because my youngest son is sick. He got a cold and stuff. So we'll get some more videos in, especially of the babies. We'll get some more of that in tomorrow. And I'm definitely going to strive to do an earlier live stream. You know, it's Memorial Day weekend, so I'm able to catch up on a lot of content. But tonight, my son's not feeling good. So,
not a finance major. I don't specialize in finance, but I generalize enough to read this
Section
report.
8 money.
And if there's anything that myself, any trustee need to know, we got a paid finance director. So with that being said, I'm going to read for the January 31st, 2024 corporate payment register.
I'll ask that we approve the bills as read, removing the following items. Page 1, Aurelio's Pizza, $131.63.
Is that the guy back there that's sitting next to the guy with the dreads and the white polo shirt? I thought I got an email today about him being arrested. What's his name? Didn't he get arrested? Anybody know his name back here? What's his name? Corral? Is it Corral? Am I seeing that right? I can't see the first name. Is that Stephen? Or Representative? I could have sworn I got something. Hold on, let me check my email because we're going to go over that one tomorrow. If there's a video of his arrest, we checking that out. I could have sworn somebody sent me some information that he got arrested. Well, y'all told me that. Or was it in a comment? It might be in a comment in my video. Someone told me this guy got arrested. Yeah, because we checked out an arrest video of some Thornton Township employees yesterday, and it was hilarious. It was hilarious. I could have sworn someone left me a comment saying somebody Corral got arrested. Is this the same guy? Y'all let me know in the comment section because if there's an arrest video or some police body camera footage I can get from that, we're going to check that out. And I'm still waiting on my FOIA request, you all, for the body camera footage of the incident that happened with Squidworth and the officer that fell into a hole out in front of his house while answering to a domestic dispute. I still have that FOIA request pending. So now the Thornton Police Department might get an earful. Y'all don't want that to happen up there in Dalton. You better tell them to fulfill Lady Luck Club's FOIA request and send her the damn video. If it's I don't care if it's the video or the police report. I just want to see for myself how this happened with someone falling in a 3-foot hole in front of Squidward's house at Old Dark 30, answering to a domestic call that was between Squidward and his wife or whomever. Something else, ain't it?
Page 1, Best Western Plus, Chicago Midway Airport, Cooper's Hawk, Dollar Tree, Ruby Soul Foods, Italian Fiesta, Food for Less, Irie Jerk Hut, JJ Fish and Chicken, Johnny T's Bistro and Blues, Tasty Crab, Potbelly Sandwich Shop, Kirk's Barbecue, Sophia Tamales and Corn, $2,400. My superseding motion is to approve the bills as read with the items removed.
Second.
I read off the bills and I'm very concerned with individuals that has done the work. That's like discriminating. We take some out and don't pay and we pay.
Define discrimination. Define discrimination, Easter Suit. Define it. I'm tired of them using words they can't define, especially by law. How is that discrimination? Exactly how are they being discriminated? And we're talking about under the Civil Rights Act of 1964 here. Because that's the only time you really see a law defining discrimination. So clearly it wasn't based on their race. Because no one pointed out what the race of each vendor was. It's not based on gender. No one pointed that out. Not based on sexual orientation or religion or ethnicity, because those things were not singled out when he just read off the things that he wanted to be removed. So exactly how is it discriminated? Somebody tell Deacon Easter Suit next time y'all go to a meeting, especially if you live there and you're recording it. Hopefully Vivian or Babe Solo or somebody watch this. Please go and ask Deacon Easter Suit to define the word discrimination. Because if he don't, I will, and I'm going to embarrass the hell out of him with it. Oh, it's going to be epic. Please have him define that word. I just need to hear his definition of discrimination. Just so we're going to clown him anyway. This is insane.
Hey, that's only being fair. Nobody came on this board. It wasn't no petition that you had to be a finance specialist to read this report. So with that being said, Steve, I see why you're not here.
Trustee Stan Brown.
I know.
These superseding motions are off the electronic warrant list, meaning they already been paid. So for you to say all these people should be paid, they already used the card and it wasn't approved. So they've been paid because it's being put into record of items that were not approved. It's a matter of checks and balances. And since everybody, you just made the question, the great statement of we have a finance.
Did he not know that as trustee? The differences between reading it off for the record to show that it was not approved? Did he not know that? And then the question begs, how was it paid? Wouldn't that mean someone paid for it with either a check, a debit card, or credit card, or just good old-fashioned cash, which would not have even applied in this situation, because how do you track cash? So he shouldn't even be asking, or it's talking about discrimination. He should be asking, if the board did not approve this, Deacon Easter Suit being a trustee, how were these bills already paid, and with what form of payment? That's the question of the day. Y'all see why I can't watch too many of these meetings, because the stupidity of it all from Deacon Easter Suit. Oh dear God. And this is aside from the insufferable super stupid herself. Oh Lord.
Maybe if she give us information that we request, we wouldn't have to sit here every first and do this.
One day you say we're not giving you financials, then you come in and tell us what this deficit so-called is. So if you're not getting financials, how do you know what the deficit is?
So thank you for agreeing.
Based on what they have already. Dumbass girl.
They already been paid.
It's already been paid.
Trustee Stan Brown made a great point. If it's an electronic warrant, why are we playing this game? If it's already paid for, why are we sitting here taking it out on a warrant list? It's within the
Didn't she just say that? Didn't she just say that? Didn't she just say we're reading it on the record to reflect the bills that have been paid but were not approved by the board? It's that simple. It's that simple. I don't even have to be a trustee. I don't even have to be a trustee to say that, because it's that simple. Very straightforward. She just said it. These clowns, super stupid in Deacon Easter Brown suit. Blue, black, brown, purple, yellow, Barney, whatever. Is almost just like super stupid, except he is also named in the FBI subpoena. Oh, yes, he was. He was also named in the FBI subpoena. Mighty funny how he's sitting here trying to deflect away from these bills being put on record that were not board approved. And he himself was named on the FBI subpoena. And they want everything on his ass. Yeah, this is like, it's finally coming together a little bit more. This is why he went so hard in, because he's got something to tell the FBI and some documents to hand over, because he was named on that FBI subpoena. You can't make this up. Now I'm understanding why he's fighting so damn hard, because I'm sitting here wondering to myself, what the hell does he have to lose? Why is he doing all this? And it just came. Thank you, Jesus. It just came to me. He was named in the FBI subpoena. There's some dirt on him. They're going to come across some evidence on his behind. I smell an indictment against Deacon Issa Brown suit. What y'all think?
Authority is within the purchasing power.
Irie Jerk Hut, $1,356.
But okay, $100 for some food don't make no sense to me.
Best Western Plus, $318.
No one told you stop with the smoke signals, like it ain't working.
Kirk's Barbecue, $676.
People are playing politics. These are games that we play.
Sophia Tamales and Corn, $2,400.
And we're gonna go through it. And they're gonna take this out, take that out, and you ask why the deficit. So if you're not getting financials, how do you know what the deficit is? So you see who not paying bills, but they blame us.
That's like discriminating. We take some out and don't pay, and we pay others.
You're looking at it with your own two eyes, residents.
Oh my God. That end? Yeah, that's the end. That's the end. Oh my good Lord. Y'all. Whoo, child. 79 people watching. Please hit that like button. We just had an epiphany here in the Lady Luck Club. I don't know why I forgot about that. But we just had a whole epiphany. Blue, black, brown Deacon Easter suit is fighting like this in almost every video meeting with Super Stupid. Because he knew he was doing some shady shit he should not have done. And it led to him being named in that FBI subpoena. Y'all know he's going to... Y'all, look at Deacon Easter Brown suit. His name keeps changing every time I say it. Think about this. He knows if he does not cooperate, he is done for. If he does not cooperate. If the FBI named someone in an actual subpoena, that subpoena had to be, think about this, y'all. The subpoena had to be granted through a grand jury. And in order to get a grand jury to agree that an FBI subpoena should be served, that means you have to have enough evidence to even have probable cause or merit. Because if you don't have sufficient evidence to justify the subpoena being granted from a grand jury, y'all understand federal courts are not for play. And you don't have enough evidence to support that FBI subpoena and those individuals being named and the documentation that they're looking for. You know, the grand jury is not going to grant this FBI subpoena to be served. A judge had to sign off on it. They're not going to do all of that for nothing on a theory. They have to have sufficient evidence to substantiate the subpoena coming from a grand jury in a federal court of law. Stan Brown got some things to hide. Stan Brown got some shit to hide. He was trying to cover up for a lot of things that led to him being named in the FBI subpoena. Because otherwise he wouldn't be in it. All the trustees aren't named in it. But for the ones that are, you done did some dumb stuff. Deacon Easter suit. You done messed up. Oh man. Y'all see? This is what happens when we read, put two and two together. Tank said, I just realized Kiana has a tattoo. Oh, okay. I didn't see him say that. Y'all, thank you so much, Saint. Please hit that like button and subscribe and join and become a member and get a sticker and a super chat. And all. Thank you so much. Deacon Easter suit got me. What's going on, Angie? Y'all, we just had an epiphany of a lifetime. Like Cat Williams said, wearing an Easter suit with a Halloween shirt and a tie set. He also said all will be revealed. And that was going back to the beginning of 24. And we're still getting things revealed. Cat Williams be on the money. Status quo. Dalton Village Public Works Superintendent Stacy Carell, FYI LLC. Thank you. Yes, that's his name. He was arrested. He got arrested a while back, but he has a case. So if there is a video or body camera footage rather to show his arrest, I want to see it. I want to see it. I don't know about y'all. I want to see it. You come across it, please email me the link. There's got to be some police body camera footage. That is something else. Oh man, we'll go over that and laugh at it. Thank you, Status. I appreciate that. That's awesome. I forgot about that that guy in Public Works. I actually saw him in the video that I did about the skating rink thing. It was a video on the Village of Dalton website, I think. What's going on, Master G, Detective Look, what's the deal? What's going on? The deal is this. Frank Zuccarelli is deceased. He's still getting dragged through the mud. Super stupid lied on him several times in this video we just checked out. And on top of everything else, Deacon Easter Suit got some stuff to hide because he was named in the FBI subpoena. And I've gone over the FBI subpoena at least 3 or 4 times. But now to see his behavior and his so-called defense he just hardcore going in with trying to deflect and to deter the trustees from taking items that already had been paid off the warrant list. Because if they weren't approved, they weren't approved. He's a trustee sitting on a board. Why is he there if he's going to act this incompetent? And people say give him a chance. No. Hell no. Just the fact that he's on the FBI subpoena is to me enough to say I don't owe him another chance on nothing. I don't owe him that. Neither do you all. This is insane. All right. Oh man, y'all. I'm excited to look him up because he's gonna definitely get a video out of me. Stanley Brown, Deacon Easter Suit, is getting a video out of me. Because man, how can we ignore it now? He's named in the FBI subpoena. Yeah. Thank you all so much for tuning in. Please hit that like button. I'm seeing 72 people in watching. We're at 1 hour and 27 minutes, so I'm not going to hold you all any longer. I did want to go through the little baby videos. We had a good time checking that out last night, but my son is sick, and I want to go ahead and make sure he's okay. And it's pretty late, so you guys, thank you so much. Hit the like button. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for the support. Thank you so much for shout out to Quality Reacts, another fantastic content creator that sent over the $9.99 super sticker. Thank you all for Cash Apps and Zelle donations. I appreciate every last one of you. The Keith McNugget video is doing really well, so let's keep up the views on that and share that video. And then, we got the one that came out and premiered on He Who Will Not Be Named. Robert Hunt's video will be premiering tomorrow, so you guys make sure you're prepared to tune in for that. It's a good 2 hours, but it's worth it. So thank you all so much, and we're gonna end it here. I had a good time. I hope y'all had a good time too. So you guys have a good evening, and I will see you all in the next one. And until then, Lady Luck out. Deuces.